And now, broadcasting from multiple ground stations across the planet, this is Darkcity Radio.
Good. Right, so today, I don't know why, but always when my show is on, there is a big storm outside. There is like giant storm. So my internet, I don't know how long it will be on, but I will try to be here. Right, we find ourselves in interesting times now. With the invention and the progress of the internet comes the capability of better communication and understanding between humans. It comes also the chance for retaliation in case something is not met, in case the needs of the people are being ignored. You can try to pollute our minds, to put the fluorides, whatever. Some people, when they hear this, they might think that, I'm about conspiracies. But I'm just putting a possibility out there. There is a possibility that through the use of peaceful, glamoury type of media, they want to make us feel, in very peaceful, very dumbed down, very not retarded, but just mesmerized by the nothingness. We find ourselves trying to be part of a fake self, to be part of a cult, to be part of a music style, basically to let go of our real life to be part of another life, which is not ours. So, even if this happens, you can't truly fool people just because it says so in the psychological study that has costed over billions, maybe not billions, but millions of dollars of study. You cannot destroy the virus of the mind. You cannot destroy the uniqueness of the human thought, which is way beyond your studies, way beyond your comprehension. So, with the internet, people can come together and they can make big revolutions, like over there in Brazil, like a bunch of days ago. Just because one flaw happened, the whole country went into revolution. So just because the raising of ticket prices in the public transport system, the people got out and they proved their points, and then they made another goal for the revolution. It was no longer just about the bus. It was way over that. It was about the whole political class taking advantage of them for 20 years, which is also the last limit of which they have retaliated at the same type of magnitude. So I have here some nice pictures from the Brazilian Revolution. They were just tweeted like 10 hours, 12 hours ago, I don't know, but I noted them down, especially for this time. So, here are the pictures. In the first picture, you see a very impressive image. The image of a little child looking at the authority with his innocent eyes, being happy about what is happening. And you have the authority looking at the child, and knowing that they can't do anything about it. You can't just you can't take a child out of that spot. You can't drag him and beat him up like you would an adult. So he just looks at him and is unable to do anything really. And he's holding the little Brazilian flag in his hands. So images like this need to be spreaded. They need to be spread so people can see what's happening. And I see Dawn is in the chat room. I would like to say hello to her. Really good host. She has really good shows. Check out Dawn's diorama. So, in the second picture, you see the people together, turning over one of the buses that were overpriced. So I'll post that for Dawn too, so she can see it. You have the public transport system being overthrown. Even the word overthrown was in the NSA document. The machine that starts recording automatically is enabled whenever you say words like overthrow, bombs, terrorists, and nuclear head, stuff like that. There were even some innocent words on the list. And yeah, I think you know all about the operation with the NSA when people started to troll the NSA by phoning random people and playing back the recording with the triggering words. Not only phones, but emails. There was a big site where you could do that. So, in my opinion, Edward Snowden is a really good man. He decided to let go of his $200,000 a year salary, just to tell the people the truth. And he flew all the way to Hong Kong. And today, the private plane supported by WikiLeaks has been sent to Hong Kong to take Snowden to Iceland, where they have better rules and asylum in Iceland for Mr. Snowden, a great modern day hero. Right. So, leaving this at the side for a moment, we go to tell you some not so nice news. It's about Fukushima again, and it's about 360 liters of radioactive water leaked from the plant itself. At least 360 liters of radioactive water have leaked from a desalination unit at the Fukushima nuclear plant in Japan. TEPCO has revealed. Earlier, elevated levels of cancer-causing radioactive isotope were discovered in the plant's groundwater. Tokyo Electric Power Company, the owner of the wrecked plant, said it had suspended operation and the desalination unit early Friday after the leak was detected, Japan's Kyodo News Agency reported. The affected unit is used to remove salt from contaminated water after radioactive materials have been filtered out. The leaked water is being contained within the complex. The company did not reveal precise radiation levels, but confirmed that levels in the surrounding areas had not significantly changed. The new leak is the latest in a series of problems faced by the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. The facility suffered a reactor meltdown and released radiation following the 9-magnitude Tohoku earthquake, 9.0 magnitude, the most powerful recorded earthquake to ever hit Japan, which struck off the coast of the country on March 11, 2011. March 11, 2011. I'm pointing out to HARP as a possibility for that earthquake, the secret project, HARP. Don did some shows on that stuff, and it's not really something to be ignored. The earthquake unleashed a tsunami with waves of up to 14 meters high that knocked down the emergency generators required to cool the reactors, causing a meltdown. The substances released in the aftermath of the meltdown were not absorbed by the soil and have trickled underground. On Wednesday, the EPCO revealed test results showing levels of cancer-causing radioactive isotope strontium-90 in the groundwater at 30 times the allowable rate, along with tritium at around 8 times the permitted level. So we're talking about some serious numbers here. Another discharge of contaminated water was discovered in the beginning of June, and radioactive cesium was detected in groundwater flowing into the plant, contracting an earlier finding that contamination levels around the facility were negligible. Earlier in April, leaks were also discovered in the plant's underground storage tanks, prompting TEPCO to speed up the construction of stronger above-ground containers. About 400 tons of groundwater flow daily into the reactor buildings, where it is mixed with the highly contaminated water used as coolant for the melted fuel. The contaminated groundwater is thought to be contained by the plant's concrete foundations and steel sheets, with gaps plugged by a material known as liquid glass that solidifies to prevent the flow of contaminated groundwater. The power company is seeking approval for its plan to dump 100 tons of groundwater a day from the plant into the sea, which requires the consent of local fishermen who strongly oppose the idea. Well, of course, if you put that kind of toxic material, like the most toxic material that you could ever think of, you put it into the water where the fish are, and fishermen are living from fishing from the water, so you will never get their consent. But I'm sure they will figure out a way to fool these people. They will try to bribe them or something like that. So yeah, this is important. I saw a big documentary on this made by some Danish people who are figuring out some solutions where you could actually put these hundreds of tons of radioactive material deep down underground, like many kilometers underground. Because if you put it on the surface, this is the type of material that just sits there forever. So it doesn't go in time. It takes millions of years for that. So these leakages, these people are okay with that. They're like, oh yeah, let's throw it into the seas. Yeah, that will work. Yes. Yeah, those dumb fishermen, they don't let us throw it into the sea. Who cares about the fish? There's lots of fish in the other oceans. Yeah, until some other catastrophe happens in those parts too, not to mention the leaks of petrol that happen all the time. Right, so enough about this. Let's go back to the NSA. So, the NSA has been spying on us, but we can spy back by using the legal system to find out what they know about us. There is actually a legal way to do that. The NSA has been spying on us, but we can spy back. This article was written by Gordon Roop, and he's saying the following. Do you know what FOIA is? No, don't be alarmed. Most Americans don't. So this is an article addressed to the American people because they have a law in there inside the FBI which actually lets them verify the data and stuff. So yeah, let me go back to reading this. It is better known as the Freedom of Information Act, introduced by Senator Edward V. Long in 1965 and signed into law by President Lyndon B. Johnson in 1966. It is most often used by Americans looking for answers into the deep mysteries of the government activity. There is something else you should know. However, Freedom of Information Act requires requests aren't just for those who are seeking information on Black Ops activities. You can use it yourself to discover what organizations like the National Security Agency or the Federal Bureau of Investigations have on your file. Amazingly, FIOA can be used by you to get whatever files that the NSA or FBI or any other three-letter agency has on you. And with the latest round of leaks covered by great. Fantastic. I am disconnected once again. Fuck. So, as I was saying, you can grab your file from the NSA. You can grab what they have on you by going to the Get My FBI file. This website provides the forms for most agencies. CIA, DIA, FBI, NSA. Yes, Don, I am here for you. Dubstep sample. What dubstep sample? Yeah, I understand. Okay, I think the problem is fixed for now. Let me know when it happens again so I can restart the server again, whatever. So you can go to this site. If you are from the US, you can send this site to your American buddies. Again, don't do these alarms except only if they truly happen. Because I lose time. And it just makes for a hole in my broadcast. It makes holes. So it was a false alarm. So again in the text chat, except if it only truly happens. Right. So you can go to the getmyFBI.com, and it says right there, this website helps you generate the letters you need to send to the FBI to get a copy of your FBI file. It is totally legal. Since the conception of the FOIA in 1966, it has been amended 11 times, most notably by President Gerald Ford in 1974. At first, President Ford was for bolstering various privacy-related amendments. However, he then performed on complete 180 on the issue after being persecuted. There is a WikiLeaks map. Okay, NSA, please don't destroy my broadcast again. You know, I will not say anything about you anymore. Only this, that wikileaks.org has a map with all the countries and all the firms that are hired to spy on the people. So here it is in top quality. The map is being sent to you to see for yourself. Well, it's not complete, but you know, things like this take time. But in like places like Italy, there are 7 companies spying on the people. First one is Innova, BEA, which spies on the phones and on the text messaging. RCC, the same. Loquendo. I haven't even heard of these. But, yeah, you can see different companies from different lands. And you can also see that in places like Poland, there is only like one firm spying. So, you know, to get an idea on where you can find better countries to be in. You know, like in India, this WikiLeaks spying map says that there are 3 companies hired to spy currently, and Shogi Communications spies on everything. Your text messages, your Facebook, your phones, and yeah. Very, very interesting. Let's see the firms in Turkey. Inforcept Networks. Yes, check that map out. It's over at wikileaks.org/spyfiles/map/#embed. That's wikileaks.org/spyfiles/map/#embed. But I think it works also without the embedding part. Let me test it out. Yes, it works. So just wikileaks.org/spyfiles/map. They will probably update it. They have above you can see a legend of the map, so it tells you if the company is doing phone monitoring, installing Trojans in your computer, speech analysis, SMS monitoring, and GPS tracking. Yes, speech analysis, which is what I'm doing right now on Skype. Don't forget that Skype is working with the NSA. It's right there in the contract. Very fascinating things. So that is why anonymity is important for you. Yes. Also, Megraj, my friend, is in the chat. And he confirms. Clear trail, shield security. Yeah, it's really bad. So that's why we need to be very independent from all that crap. We should work on our anonymity and seek out information on how to do that. First of all, you can do a self-dox on yourself. Doxing is the procedure through which you gather information about a person by means of the internet. So, if you go to schoolofprivacy.eu/self-docs, you will see some important things, like self-doxing. The way we mean here is not getting your personal information and releasing it to the public. Of course not. This self-dox tutorial will explain and help you with information about gathering all of the information you have online, either getting rid of it or changing it to a profile with misinformation. Many reasons you would want to do this is quite simple. How can you be anonymous in a way if you can easily be traced to your private and or personal information? You have to use the same techniques you use on your intended targets to dox yourself and then cleanse the internet of your information. Now you might think of yourself, quote, I think I'm okay on this field. I'll leave this for another time, end quote. In fact, that can be one careless mistake you might not want to make. Information is quite easily accessible to the world. All it takes is some crafty person to come along, grab your IP, email, first name and location, and bam, they got you. To fully secure your anonymity, go to the websites listed, enter your information and check to make sure you have close to nothing out there. Of course, nothing being better, but sometimes can be hard to get rid of some information that can be traced back to you. So there is now this site called Spies Online. spiesonline.net, where you can find loads of anonymization techniques and loads of tools and techniques to get information from all sorts of people. For example, you learn about spyware. They give you details on what it means. You know, spy checker, online spy checker. I don't know if you can hear the thunder around me, but it's pretty eerie. So, there is a self-dox tool on the internet which you can use. You can type your name, or if you have a site, you can type your site and see if people can get information on you from just having a look at your website. You can see what IP it can gather. All kinds of stuff. Just I will post it in the chat so you can find it. Yeah, also Megraj posted. Go to www.prisonlinebreak.org. Yes, this self-doxing tool is pretty useless. Useless. What am I saying here? It's pretty useful. You can try it on yourself to see if you're good or not. And go to spiesonline.net to see what they have there. There is also this program by Alexander K. Yezov will give you very detailed information about just how anonymous you are or aren't when you are surfing. This website is called toolslineon.net, and you can test, like you can click on, there is a template on which it says home, network tools, privacy tools, search tools. And what I found interesting is the privacy tools part, where you just hit it and then you click on test now and it collects information on yourself. It reports your IP address, what version of browser you are using, what Windows you are using, referrer, client's address, client's host name, and preferable mail server. And in my case, everything is very, very distorted, so people cannot see what I truly have. But yeah, go there and see if you're okay. And that is how we proceed. And we're gonna talk about VPNs also at schoolofprivacy.eu/VPN. And they have a list of VPN providers to choose from. They also advise in the following matter. Before choosing a provider, please be sure to read their privacy and terms of service statements. To remain fully secure, you should go with a company who cares not to log IP addresses. This is very important, or logs them for very short periods of time. Always choose a VPN provider who is overseas, never in the same country as you. Preferred providers will be marked with an asterisk. If you prefer to use proxies, then here is their page of proxies. I'll also post that in the chat room. Yeah. There it is. They have some fresh proxies there. Right, when a VPN says they don't log and offer multiple servers, you have to research all the servers' individual policies. Okay, and you have there all the recommendations. Private internet access, proxy.sh, TorGuard, BTGuard, VPNtunnel.se. Of course, the Sweden VPNs are the best. They never log. They have great internet rules in that country. Then, of course, there's VPN Reactor, Black VPN, and all sorts of other VPNs. Crypto VPN or VPN, all kinds of stuff. There are also free VPNs, but they log your information. They log whenever you sign in and on what server and what you are doing, and they are happy to collaborate with the authorities in case you do something that is not so legal. A bunch of these free VPNs are UltraSurf, Hotspot Shield, VPN Book, Expat Shield, Versa VPN. Okay, but I don't really recommend them. Hotspot Shield is filled with spam. in the free version. It's almost like you have an adware on your computer, and adware is something that puts ads in your face whenever you are browsing the internet. And at some point they even had this video playing while you were browsing the internet that you could never shut down. So, yeah, it made you want to buy it. We also don't see Hotspot Shield and Expat Shield recommended in the best VPN section on this site, or on any other site. Also, CyberGhost is a very good one. They have 2 gigabytes a month if you choose to have a free account, and premium is included if you subscribe to their email spam. Right. So VPNs are very important. Right, virtual private networks. They hide your identity, and if you use on top of that the glorious Tor browser, you're pretty much anonymous. All right. So we covered that. Password protect. There is a way to password protect your files that you care about. If you are worried about being hacked, there is a way to actually encrypt all your files on your computer. Everything. Everything. There is this site called axantum.com /axcrypt, and it's very good for passwording files with strong encryption. Xcrypt is the leading open source file encryption software for Windows. It integrates seamlessly with Windows to compress, encrypt, decrypt, store, send, and work with individual files. Xcrypt is a great complement to services such as Dropbox, LiveMesh, SkyDrive, and BoxNet. And it has cool features like password protect any number of files using strong encryption, right-click integration with Windows Explorer, makes Xcrypt the easiest way to encrypt individual files in Windows. Double-click integration makes it as easy to open, edit, and save protected files as it is to work with unprotected files. Many additional features, but no configuration required. Just install and use it. Xcrypting files that are safely and easily sent to other users via email or any other means. Self-decrypting files also supported, removing the need to install Xcrypt to decrypt. Xcrypt is translated into English, Danish, Dutch, French, German, Hungarian, Italian, Norwegian, Russian, Polish, Spanish, and Swedish. So chances are it speaks your preferred language. My ass, it doesn't. But because there are loads of languages on this planet. But yeah, I think we're all friendly with English or French, I don't know. So I will copy paste this. It's really good to password protect whatever you don't trust. Oh shit, what am I saying here? Whatever you don't want to reveal. You know, if you have some secret notepad with awesome information, you can encrypt them very easily by using this nice software. Also, if you are truly paranoid, there is something else that you messages. If you call and then to someone and protected by VPNs So there is a site called spam.com, which I will also post the chat room. Spam Mimic is very good for encoding and decoding. When you want to encode something, you put your messages there, and then you press encode, and it will encode it into loads of random Spanish-looking things. So if you email something with this content, you know, the authorities aren't looking, because they just think, oh, it's just some random spam. But you take that and you paste it in the decoding section, and that's it. But yeah, shit sucks, because now I have revealed everything, and my bad. Probably the authorities are listening here right now, because as we know, there are 17 companies spying on UK grounds. You know that this information has been provided by WikiLeaks map of spying companies. So this goes hand in hand with the PRISM project. Right. If you want to see very interesting tools, you can go to spiesonline.net/nothing. No slash. Just take whatever you need. Also, to protect yourself by malware, I recommend Malware Bytes. Very strong anti-malware, adware, spyware, whatever. And it's for free. You know, it's free. And if you get premium, it has a few more options, but you don't really need them. Alright, enough of this anonymization stuff. It's very important that you remember what I have said right now, and check the places out for yourself and bookmark them. Moving on to some Palestinian children are tortured and used as shields by Israel. We already know this if you have been following the Operation Palestine thing. So this article is from Reuters. The United Nations human rights body accused Israeli forces on Thursday of mistreating, including using others as human shields. How psychopathic, how evil can you be to torture children and use them as shields? God damn it. Palestinian children in the Gaza and the West Bank captured by Israel in the 1967 war are routinely denied the registration of their birth and access to health care. Not even access to health care. Decent schools and clean water. The UN Committee on the Rights of the Child said Palestinian children arrested by Israeli military and police are systematically subject to degrading treatment and often to acts of torture, are interrogated in Hebrew, a language they did not understand, and sign confessions in Hebrew in order to be released. So it's psychological and physical torture. You can go to yourself.
We are anonymous. We have watched for days with horror as our brothers and sisters in Turkey who are peacefully rising up against their tyrannical government have been brutalized, beaten, run over with riot vehicles, shot with water cannons and gassed in the streets, From the epicenter of the revolution in Taksim Square to every city in Turkey, the people have risen. Hundreds of thousands have taken and held the streets for days. Despite the relentless assault of the police, thousands have been arrested. Where differ you exactly from a Huda? Turkey is supposed to be a so-called modern democracy, but the Turkish government behaves like the petty dictators in China or Iran. Anonymous is outraged by this behavior, and we will unite across the globe and bring the Turkish government to its knees. We will attack every internet and communications asset of the Turkish government. You have censored social media and other communications of your people in order to suppress the knowledge of your crimes against them. Now Anonymous will shut you down, and your own people will remove you from power. We have seen in the past your totalitarianism, the same as with Mubarak. You know what happened to him. Don't do this to your own people. Be wise and step down and let the people decide their fate. To the people of Turkey, no matter how dark it may.
And now, broadcasting from multiple ground stations across the planet, this is Dark City Radio.